When you've been doing card magic or watching other people perform for a while, you gain the ability to pretty much know what moves are being done. After a while, watching card tricks just gets a little boring and you start thinking to yourself, it's the same stuff, just done a little different. But once in a while, you just come across a trick and you're just stumped. You have no idea. Today's trick, well, just might leave you stumped. Okay, I think you're really gonna enjoy this one. Do your best and try to figure it out because I think it's pretty cool. We'll start off by giving the deck a bit of a shuffle, like so. And then we'll have a spectator go ahead and select out a card. Let's say this one right here. Take a look and remember it because I will not be remembering it for you. Take it, once you got it memorized, leave it right on top. And as you can see, right on top. I'll give the deck a bit of a shuffle. There we go, just like this. And a couple of cuts as well. Now, I can literally start breaking this deck down into like several piles. Let's just say, how many piles are these? We'll take some cards from the top, bottom. We have 7 piles, right? Something like that, 7 piles right now. Take some cards from the top, some cards from the bottom. We can even turn the deck over, start putting cards face down. Whoops, face down, not face up. Start putting cards face down like this, and honestly, we can just go insane, all right? Let's say like this, from the top, from the bottom. By the way, just tell me a number between, let's say, 1 and 10. 3, okay. All right, so you said number 3. Let's combine a couple of these piles since we're done with the deck. These 2, okay, we'll combine them like this. These 2, okay, we're gonna go ahead and just smash them together. Boom, there we go. Oh, I just threw it on top of that one, whatever, yo. And we'll combine these 2 by smashing them together as well. So now we have a beautiful pile right here in the center. And the number you said was 3, correct? All right, here we go. This has literally, I don't even think this has ever worked, but this is 1. That's 2. Card number 3. Hopefully this was your card right here. The 2 of clubs. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday. This is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and what? That's right, captivate audiences. This trick kind of caught me off guard when I first saw it. It used a concept that I was very familiar with, but it was done in a way that I couldn't immediately pick up on. So I don't know if you figured it out, but I've talked enough at this point. Let's go ahead and break it down. Okay, everybody, welcome to the tutorial. A little bit of background on this effect. I believe it's called Dried Out Sloppy Card Trick by Harry Lorayne. And the reason I picked it out was because it's very different from the general card tricks that we're all used to seeing. There is no exact science to this card trick. I mean, I guess technically there is. But usually when you're doing a card trick, there are concrete steps that you need to take. Like, oh, first have a card selected, do a double lift, put it in the center, and it comes to the top. Like, right? Those are concrete steps. But here, it's different every time you do it. So that's why I really like this one. Let's go ahead and break it down. Real quick, one more thing I want to add. This trick is probably not for beginners unless you want to really challenge yourself. So if you're a beginner, get out of here, man. It's not for you. Get out. No, I'm just playing, but it really will require a bit more practice if you're just getting started in card magic. So first things first, you will need to know the 3rd card from the top. So in our case, it's the 2 of clubs. If you're a beginner, I'd recommend starting off the trick with the 3rd card, knowing what the 3rd card is, so then it'd be technically like a setup card trick. Whereas if you're more of an intermediate advanced, you should have some kind of method of controlling either a bottom card to the top or taking a peek at the top card and be able to kind of control 2 more cards right on top of it, okay? So whatever method you choose to use, you just need to know the 3rd card from the top. In our case, it is the Queen of Diamonds. So once you've shuffled the deck and know what the 3rd card is, you want the spectator to go ahead and select out any card they'd like. In our case, let's say it is the 8 of Diamonds. They take the 8 of Diamonds and put it right on top of the deck. So the concept that this trick uses is a key card effect. So we know 2 cards above our key card, which is the Queen of Diamonds, is the 8 of Diamonds, the spectator selected card. And maybe not 2 cards, 1, 2, 3 cards above the Queen of Diamonds is the spectator selected card. But all we're remembering is our key card, which is the Queen of Diamonds. Right, so once that card is selected and put on top, this is where it gets pretty wild because now you can actually do an overhand shuffle. So I'd recommend taking maybe about 10 to 20 cards from the top when you're doing an overhand shuffle, dropping those cards over like so, and then continue doing a regular overhand shuffle. So in a lot of my performances, what I actually like to do is I do that overhand shuffle, that's a real thing, and then I can literally give the deck a couple of cuts, like a couple of real cuts, just maintain that bottom packet of like 10 to 20 cards, put that there, and now you can show the spectator your card is nowhere near the top. I show them a couple of the top cards, and I also show them it's nowhere near the bottom. So honestly, you don't know where that card is, they don't know where that card is. That card is really lost in the deck, and this is what I loved about this card trick. The card is nowhere that anyone knows. It's insane. So now you tell the spectator that you're going to be splitting the deck into several piles. I usually just make 7, but it really doesn't matter how many piles you're doing. Let's just do 6 to make it easier for us. So I start throwing cards off the top of the deck like so. After a while, I start taking the cards from the bottom, throwing them from the bottom. Again, just pull the card from the bottom of the deck. Start throwing cards from the bottom, start throwing cards again from the top. Then I flip the deck over and start dealing face down from the bottom. Okay, and as soon as I see my key card, which again is the Queen of Diamonds, as soon as I see my key card, I usually throw the key card down, okay? And then I know the third card now, 1, 2, 3, will be the spectator selected card. So then I go ahead, I deal 1 or 2 from the top, and then I deal 3 from the bottom. So 1, 2, and this third card being dealt now is a spectator selected card. Put it on top of any pile you'd like. I'm just gonna put it on top of the top right corner, and then start dealing away again, okay? And then I just deal 1 on top of there, and then I ask the spectator to give me a number between 1 and 10, or if you want to do something, I don't know, 1 and 5, whatever you want to do. But let's just say they say the number 6, okay? So we already have 1 card on top, and it's going to be the second card. So we're going to throw 5 more cards on top of this, or 4 more cards on top of this. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? One thing you don't want to do is throw a bunch of cards on top of this one pile. I know I kind of had to do that because I ran through most of the deck. But especially you do not want to deal off, like if someone says 4, you want to deal off 4 cards. Definitely that's a big no-no. But now that you've done this, you can go ahead and ask the spectator which 2 piles to combine. You can combine these, say I want to smash these together. If they say 2 more, combine these, smash them together. You can even smash these together. Just make sure that this pile does not, go underneath or any of the top cards get interrupted by this pile. So when I usually smash these piles, it's just the bottom few cards. And then you can just say, all right, I'll put them like this, and then I'll smash a few more of these together. And now we have this nice, clean, sloppy pile. And then all you got to do is ask them the number. They said 6. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slow reveal. There's spectator selected card at the 6th position. Right? Wasn't that pretty cool? I think I'm going to start using this more. And now that you've made it all the way to the end screen, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then if you really want to go above and beyond, check out my Patreon. The link is right there. Just very easy. Just